May I have your attention? Please remain seated. This ride has stopped temporarily and will resume motion at any time. Please remain seated for your own safety. Thank you.
The Wicker Man is currently experiencing a delay and we have ceased our ritual. We apologize for any inconvenience, but we are still assessing the interruption. If you have just entered our territory or at the start of your journey along the queue line, we advise you to leave the woods and try other rides and attractions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. For technical reasons, our adventure has been temporarily interrupted. We hope to be back in operation very soon. Please remain seated. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. We regret that our adventure cannot continue at this time. Please follow instructions from our cast members to leave the attraction. Thank you.
May I have your attention? Please remain seated. This ride has stopped temporarily and will resume motion at any time. Please remain seated for your own safety. Thank you.
The Wicker Man is currently experiencing a delay and we have ceased our ritual. We apologize for any inconvenience, but we are still assessing the interruption. If you have just entered our territory or at the start of your journey along the queue line, we advise you to leave.
We've got a multi-year plan that we're working on.
Bubbles through the ceiling. Sure, I got dough, but don't need it. Cause all I want is your healing. Your healing. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots, shots, shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to pump this place up, up, up. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots, shots, shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to plant it, drop, drop. We're spinning, spinning on a loop all night. Ride his backseat while he eats my soup for lunch. Feeling dizzy, flying with Lucy in the sky. Think he likes me, but baby I just do this for fun. Are you ready for the weekend? Popping bubbles through the ceiling. Sure I got dough, but don't need it. Cause all I want is your healing. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots, shots, shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to plant it, drop, drop, drop. Yeah, I'm the best you ever had. But you would ever understand that I don't really need a man.
You can just use them. I don't care.
I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots, 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 shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to plant it. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots, shots, shots. Whether you're ready or not. I'm about to pump this place up, up, up. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one
Is it working now? Is it working now? Perfect. Oh my goodness, guys. I need a favor from all of you in a second. You're too loud. I'm too loud. Let me move this back a little bit. Okay, how does this sound now? How is everyone doing? Can I get everyone to do me a favor? Can all of you reach out to Surya on whatever platform you follow him on and just wish him well? He's not having a good day. So if all of you could reach out to him. It's sad he's not here. He'll be here next week. But he had a really bad day. So if all of you could reach out to him and make sure he's okay and just like, you know, wish him well. The camera got something on it. Guys, this is such a rough start to the podcast. Oh my god. Okay, how's it now? That was loud. How is it now? Jump scare. How did you even see that? I couldn't tell, and I'm looking at myself like right now in the podcast. Thanks, Jake, by the way. Today's, honestly, this is such a rough start to the podcast, but it's packed with information. It's packed with a lot of information. So yeah. I'm just making sure Surya's okay, by the way. I'm gonna call Surya. I'll try and call Surya on the stream. But how are you guys? How was everyone's week? And I'll talk about my week, because my week was, honestly, I'm stressed, but I'm stressed in a good way. I'm working so much. I work, obviously, for those of you that know me, I have a full-time job outside of this as well. Store manager life. And then on top of that, I've been filming every single day. And then now I'm making more than one video a day. So it's been crazy busy, like super busy. And then I'm going to film every day this week. I'm going to be stalking Wonderland every night. And then on top of that, we have a special video for you guys coming out this weekend. Like, seriously, this channel is about to like blow everyone else out of the water. The content we're going to have this weekend is going to be insane. I'm super proud. I'm super excited. So yeah. How is everyone else? Love seeing the updates. Thank you. Honestly, I really appreciate. Honestly, can I just say for a second, the comments lately on the videos have been like really, really nice. Like super supportive. I really like everyone saying thank you, and like, you don't understand. You guys don't owe me a thank you. Like, you really don't. Like this has become like a really good like side gig job. I hate you. I hate you. But this has become like a really good like side gig job, and like honestly I really love it, and it's helped with my depression a lot. I owe you guys the thank you. So like I really love the comments and like the support you guys have been giving me, but like honestly, you guys don't know what you've done to me in the last 6 months. Like a really good thing. Like especially the last 3 months that have been really hard on me. Like honestly, like I owe you guys so much. So don't ever feel like you owe me a thank you. Yeah, so just like, please, if you could do me a favor, reach out to Surya, and wish him well. I hate my Patreons with a passion right now. I'm kidding. But yeah, if you could wish him well, he's honestly like, he really needs it. He's down in his luck today, and he's kind of like a rock in my life. So yeah, if you guys could send him like a really nice message and just like show him some support and some love, that would be awesome. But yeah, I guess we'll get like right into it. You guys like it when Surya's not here. I guess you guys like it when I just like go fact, talk about discuss. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about Tundra Twister. Okay. So, I want everyone to know that I actually don't know this to be 100% true. So this is actually just me guessing. So please don't take anything I'm presenting on Tundra Twister's current layout of boarding and exiting, to be 100% factual. But I'll find out for you this weekend, all the details. So the red square is where I figure the op booth is going to go. There's a huge electrical, like almost like component coming out of the ground there for what looks like will be for the op panel. So that's my guess for that. The green paths are the entrance. So there's going to be a staircase And then you'll come out on top of the blue tarp on top of that building is my guess, and then come downstairs alongside that building. The blue circle is going to be an elevator. This ride is going to have an elevator so it can be accessible. That is just what I'm guessing. So take that with a grain of salt, but that's what I know about Tundra Twister's layout of entrancing, boarding, and exiting the ride so far. If you guys have any questions at all during the stream, I'm going to answer more questions than I typically do to help with communication. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them. What about a lookout? A lookout? I don't think there's going to be a lookout. I don't think so. Thank you for leaving a message. Let's VC repping in the VC. Oh, okay. So it's here because it's much better and more entertaining, honestly. I appreciate that. All right. So, okay, so I have a little bit, a Tundra Twister. I flew today, by the way. I went to go fly today between the podcast and my job, and there was nothing, no work whatsoever going on. So that's a little concerning because it looks, so for example, I do know that Tundra Twister was supposed to be training this weekend. So I can tell you that much, that Tundra Twister was supposed to be operating, training their crew this weekend. So the fact that it's not says they're behind. And they worked last weekend during a long weekend. So the fact that they're not working during this weekend is a little shocking. Maybe it's because it's the Orthodox one. It's a little more strict. So maybe a lot of the people on the construction team practiced like Orthodox Easter. But it was really concerning. It's funny because Snoopy's Racing Railway is kind of moving a lot quicker now than Tundra Twister. Like, they've already started putting up the fence posts, building the midway, installing the theming, and getting the queue line ready. So whereas Tundra Twister, it to me it's like thing. But again, it's one of these. It's a ride that I could see totally, like, you know, I'm like, ooh, they're really falling far behind, and then 2 days from now the ride's gonna be like cycling. So hopefully that's the case. You give us more detail than the average person could give us with Wonderland. Of course we should. Thank you, Ren. Well, Jerry, that means a lot. So I'm excited for when they pull the white stuff off, the white wrapping around the gondolas. I want to see the restraint. I want to see everything. But I am really excited. The queue line, guys. The queue line is so small. It's so small. Look how small that is. That looks like my backyard barbecue area. Just the barbecue area. Like literally, I'm so confused as to how that's gonna, is it gonna hold 200 people? I'm so confused about, I'm trying to see the entrance. The entrance to Tundra Twister will be off, kind of just to the left. I wish you guys could see my mouse. You can see my mouth. The queue line down there, we're right in front of the red box. So just in front of that queue line, the entrance will be. It is really small. So it's funny for a park that's going to see record attendance. I thought they would have tried, but again, it is a really small plot of land. If you go on Google Earth right now, if any of you want to try going on Google Earth and looking at where Tundra Twister has fit into, it's really eye-opening when you go onto Google Earth and look where they've placed this ride, queue line, entrance, exit, all of it. It's kind of shocking. So yeah, go on Google Earth right now and tell me what you think. Because honestly, when I look back at it, I'm really shocked at how they fit it into that plot of land. But that's what I know about Tundra Twister so far. Okay, so yeah, this is my guess, but I've heard. So I do know that it should have an elevator, from what I've heard. The green should be the stairs up, and the stairs down will be on to the right there. And the op booth, that's a guess, but I don't know what other electrical could be in that area, right where that red box is on the screen. So a lot of you, I don't know, have you guys seen the interview with Peter and Grace on City News and CTV and CB24? Have you guys watched it? I posted a really important clip in yesterday's video, but then I flooded yesterday's important video with 2 other videos. And when you do that on YouTube, it can drown out the views. But they played I put it in the intro to today's video as well, the little girl pop. So back when Yukon Striker, I'm going to give you guys a little information about how I kind of know certain things. This isn't how I know everything. Like, I found out about Lazy Bear Lodge at Yukon Striker Media Day, but then I found out the details of where it was going to be and all that 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I can't even remember. But I learned a lot at Yukon Striker Media Day. We talked to a really awesome person that now like works up in Cedar Fair, which was a shock to me when I found this out like a couple months ago. And this person shared like a lot of details with us about the future of Canada's Wonderland and kind of the direction it was going to go. And this is a lot of people, someone commented in my video yesterday, and this is why I wanted to touch on it. They said, you're always predicting a dark ride in action theater. And there's a reason for that, because this person that we talked to had talked about, Wonderland was going to get the most beautiful looking restaurant. Wonderland was always going to build the tallest, fastest, and longest steel coaster moving forward because it just fits our portfolio so well. We were going to develop action theater sooner than later, keyword sooner than later. It's super important to the Winterfest and just filling in that building. So that is why I continuously am predicting action theater is going to become a dark ride. I was sold on a flying theater until we had another kind of like sit down with the park, and we were told in the podcast with you guys here that Wonderland wouldn't build anything that you could find elsewhere in Canada. So we know that a flying theater is coming to the Toronto area, right near the CN Tower and the aquarium. So that, to me, I'm going to rule it out. I don't think it's for sure gone, but because, again, sometimes people say things and they don't think that in depth. And then also, like, there's launch coasters in Canada, and we know that we're going to get a launch coaster. But so that is why I am sold on a dark ride replacing action theater or filling in action theater. It's inevitable, in my opinion, because this person is really trustworthy as like a source. And then obviously I have other sources and other ways of finding out information now, and it all has aligned up. And then now, especially, I've told you guys in the last podcast, I guess I should skip to this next, because this is where I'm piecing a puzzle for you guys, because this is literally like I'm literally explaining my mindset and why I'm thinking the way I am for 2024 and 2025. So with that clip that you heard on City News yesterday, that they were in the midst of a multi-year expansion, especially coming out of COVID. At the media day, we were told that Frontier Canada was a multi-year expansion. So now I'm like, aha, I'm hearing the same terminology I heard at Yukon Strikers Media Day being repeated, and we know that there are construction markings in and around Whitewater Canyon, Action Theater, and Flying Canoes, and in between Timberwolf Falls and Whitewater Canyon's a little electrical outdoor area, if that makes sense to any of you. So what's interesting about that is if you take all of the information that I know, and then some of the information that we see on site with the construction markings and the distance markings, and now you take the City News clip of that they were in the midst of a multi-year expansion, it's pretty obvious to me that Frontier Canada is going to be the 2024 and 2025 edition. I think 2025 will be the cap. Again, I can't discuss how we know 2025 is going to be such an important year for Canada's Wonderland quite yet. Everyone will find out eventually, but it's going to be quite the addition. I don't know what it's going to be, but based off of what is happening in 2025 at Canada's Wonderland, it screams that it's either going to be innovative, a first of its kind, or just like some really crazy ride. Okay, so what we know literally encompasses that kind of like an addition. And then we kind of have an estimate on the price tag for those of you that know. But I'm excited because there's so many different possibilities, which we're going to go over in a game. But it's a really fun interactive game. It's the same game that we played last podcast, but a little different setup, this time on future rides that could be coming to Wonderland. So I'm really excited because Frontier Canada seems to be like such an important part of Wonderland's history moving forward now. In fact, they actually want to develop Splashworks to kind of fit into Frontier Canada, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, you said Wonderland would not get a ride that Canada had already had, and they did put a ride in Canada already. Has Tundra Twister. Look at the Cyclone with the gondolas moving that. I mean, every flat ride is essentially a kind of version of each other. They all have the motors that spin it either left or right, up or down, in circles. So, I mean, they're all variations of each other at the end of the day. There's nothing like Tundra Twister in the world. Like, this ride is insane. It may look like Cyclone. Yes, the base of it there literally looks like Cyclone with a different attachment on it. But it's definitely not going to be anything like Cyclone. But what I find interesting is, what do you guys honestly think could come to Frontier Canada? I'm talking 2024 and 2025. Like, you got to think flat rides, dark rides, water rides, and I forgot to put that in the game. There's a possibility too of a whole Zuma Flume return too, which does scare me a little bit. But I'm honestly really excited about 2025, and it's going to be a topic we talk about all the time, especially as we start to see more signs. I'm not quite sure we're going to see that many signs this season, like especially early on. We may start to see signs around Halloween Haunt, because that's usually when you do start to see some things, because come spring 2024, you're going to see hardcore construction. So you're going to see more like distance markings and little like stakes in the ground. So those are the things we're going to be paying attention for. But those things might not start showing up until midsummer, late summer, early fall. Yes, Jake, it's so inevitable that Whitewater Canyon will get some sort of cement work as well. They're doing it to Timberwolf Falls. It's a total revamp. So this is, thank you, Jake, for actually asking that, because I got a little derailed here. The reason I wanted to talk about Frontier Canada is another aspect as to why you can tell Frontier Canada is so important to the park, and why it is the multi-year expansion that was alluded to in the City News broadcast, is look at what they're doing to Frontier Canada right now. So Behemoth is sitting off in Action Zone, you know, the area that no one likes. Action Zone, it looks ugly, it's horrible, blah, blah, blah. It's not getting painted. Over in Medfair, not really much attention to detail going on over there. No repaint, no nothing. You know, Drop Tower is in need of a repaint too, maybe to fit into the themed area. But over in Frontier Canada, you have Vortex getting repainted. You had a massive new restaurant get built. You have Timberwolf Falls getting an overhaul of its concrete or cement. I always mix it up. You have this information hasn't been said yet, but you have Flying Canoes receiving a paint job as well. Okay, so little news to break there. Flying Canoes is receiving a paint job as well. And now you have Tundra Twister. So it really shows you where all the money's going. And there's a meme. If anyone in Discord, I don't care if you're a mod, you can post it too. If anyone in Discord has the meme about Medfair versus Frontier Canada, can you please post it in the Patreon chat for everyone to see? Because it's really funny, because it's so true. Frontier Canada is really receiving the budget, and this season alone shows that. So I'm quite interested to see what happens in 2024. Are we going to see Frontier Canada investments, or are we going to see them, you know, spend a little money elsewhere before the 2025 edition? You ride the guillotine. Yeah, I know. So I always thought that Drop Tower would look really good as, you know, those like castle towers, like, you know, Rapunzel, Tangled, like something like that, or even like a castle tower with the gray stonework, like painted like that. That would look sick. Yeah, I know, right? They painted Flying Canoes before Behemoth, but it's because they're getting ready for the 2025 year. The 2025 year is going to cap off Frontier Canada, I believe. And then they're going to move into World Expo. So Medfair is a dying breed. If Surya was here, he'd be so triggered right now. But what's interesting about that is 2024 is such an interesting year. Because when Cedar Fair has a multi-year expansion, they did it at Carowinds, you know, they've done it at Cedar Point. The typical timeline that a park follows doesn't necessarily apply. They're a little more aggressive than they typically would be. So the normal 2024 season, I would be predicting something like a water park slide or tower with a flat ride or a dark ride, and that's it. I'd be like, oh, we're going to get one slide complex, or we're going to get, you know, a slide complex and a flat ride. Right. Someone remade it. So I'm gonna show you guys this quickly. So this is. Oh my god. Changing the behemoth color scheme would mean changing all the ride seats and restraints too. Yeah, that's true. But so typically, you want my honest predictions for 2024, and I'm still going to stick to them, is a dark ride in Action Theater. I'm holding true on the dark ride, even though that could very well not be the case anymore. I mean, they could be putting, they have the haunted house on one side. They could just be using the other side for one of those new haunted houses as well, right? And then they've made use of the building. That's what Action Theater could be end up getting used for. But I'm going to hold true to the dark ride, just because Winterfest numbers are starting to dwindle off, and Cedar Fair is going to need some indoor attractions for Winterfest. So I'm going to hold true to a dark ride, and I'm going to say that it's going to go in Action Theater, and that's going to be my prediction for 2024, with still a water slide complex or a wave pool. I see them upgrading the water pipes in Splashworks. They're doing it this off-season that just passed, so that's for a reason in my opinion. And the typical timeline means that this year, so following the typical Wonderland investment timeline, that we would see a water slide complex or a water park investment with a flat ride. Now, the only thing that makes this a little weird is we got a coaster and a flat ride in the same year, okay? Again, we're in an aggressive investment phase right now at Wonderland. And it's going to be more aggressive too. Based off of, some conversations we've had, Winterfest has raised a little red flag for Cedar Fair to pour money into it. Because Cedar Fair has what Winterfest is capable of on paper. Like, okay, we can receive this as an attendance number. And then, last season they were like, ooh, we only did this in attendance number. So people are saying, they want rides. Our conversations with the park have been like, all of the times during Winterfest we posted a ride, it had the highest engagement over posting a show or over posting lights. So that sends a message to Cedar Fair saying, hey, rides are important to your season pass holders when it comes to your Winterfest event. So again, Cedar Fair is going to be looking at investments for Winterfest. Now, the only problem is, as you heard, these attractions sometimes are planned 2 to 3 years out before they're built. So this last season of Winterfest flopping is still going to take another 2 years to 3 years for us to see those kinds of investments to improve it. Now, what other investments could you see to improve Winterfest? I'm derailed right now. Okay, I'll get back on topic. I just realized how derailed I am. Is another skating rink in Whitewater Canyon area. Or, a snow tubing hill. I could see those kinds of investments coming. But being in the aggressive investment era that Canada's Wonderland is in right now, you could see a dark ride, a flat ride, or you could see a dark ride and a little bunch of little tiny flat rides like the Aeronautica Land at Carowinds. And then even a water slide complex. It could be a lot of different things, especially since it looks like they're trying to finish off Frontier Canada for the 2025 season. Skating under Yukon and Vortex. I don't think they can do it on that natural of a lake. They need the concrete enclosed area. But who knows? Maybe they're doing the Timberwolf Falls one for that reason. No, I'm kidding. But the new paint on Vortex does look really good. I don't get why they keep going with Frontier. I would take a year and then go to the World Expo and make it actually worth walking around. So I get why they're doing it. They're doing it because they're trying to make so if you even see the parks have themed areas now. And some of the smaller parks, they do it in one season because it's a smaller park. Whereas Wonderland, Frontier Canada was so important to its history and it takes up such a large part of the park. It's a multi-year expansion, and then COVID got in the way of that a little bit too. But 2024 is honestly really it's difficult to predict now. Like with knowing that they are in the aggressive expansion phase that we thought they were in, but now having the confirmation, it's like, okay, are they gonna go with just a flat ride and a water slide? Probably not. I mean, we are due for another restaurant, but we also have one of the restaurants available for an upgrade. Backlot Cafe is 100% going to get upgraded eventually. So maybe they're not going to build a restaurant because that's in the timeline or in the works. it's really difficult to sit down and discuss or even think about what Wonderland could be building in the future. It's honestly become really hard. 2025 is easier than 2024, to be honest. But I want to hear from you guys. More gift shops, more games too. What do you honestly want to see in 2025? Like, if you could pick one coaster, don't list two, don't list three. List one coaster in the comments section right now that you would honestly really like to see Canada's Wonderland add. Like, that one coaster that you'd be like, that's my home park. Top Thrill Dragster, Wing Coaster, Intamin LSM. Multi-launch like Velocicoaster, Extreme Spinner. Extreme Spinner is a popular one. Hold on one second. Okay, so Mach Extreme Spinner Junior Wacky Caterpillar. I think we really need an impressive spinner. I agree. So Mach Extreme Spinner seems to be the winner. I see a couple wooden coasters there. Come on, RMC with dual loading platform, and it's better than Gwazi. Wing Coaster from Adam. Something like Ride to Happiness from Tati and Tyrell. Intamin multi-launch like Velocicoaster from OP God. Honestly, like, it's really tricky because, in my opinion, and this really is my opinion, again, I'm going to keep stressing this. I know that, like, I've gotten really good at predicting what's coming to Canada's Wonderland. I have. Like, I do deserve a pat on the back for that. Like, just speaking highly of my own, like, ability to find information. But I do not know the coaster coming in 2025. I only have guesses based off of a price tag and the type of attraction that Wonderland would be seeking, and then insert El Toro Ryan's information recently. I think it's either going to be in a Mach Extreme Spinner or an Intamin LSM launch. Those are my two guesses. If you see one of the wooden coasters close at the end of this season, literally close at the end of, so a Wild Beast or Mindbuster closes at the end of this season, there's a good chance it could be a GCI. There's a really good chance it could be a GCI. But I guess I guess we can go right into the game then, because this is the perfect time to just segue into the game quickly. Let me get my internet up really quickly so I can get that okay. I just wanted to get that ability to make the poll up. I want a GCI. My face when my friend asked to ride Time Warp, literally. If it was smoother, I'd love it so much. I want a new Mindbuster. I want an Intimate mode. Cool. The lighting package on the Intamin 2 would be so cool, but I don't know how they would fit it in. I am worried about a Surf Coaster Skyline. I am. Okay. So let's get right into this. So on today's game, it's most likely versus Dream versus least likely. So I have all the possible coaster models. I could have made a lot more, but I have all the really possible, like, in my head, like, on actual list of things that I could see Wonderland building up here for you guys right now. So I guess we'll go one by one. I'll create a poll. And we'll see what you guys think about where you think it could be going. Would the animation on the screen fit in Action Theater? Oh yeah, 100%. So let's set up a poll. Wing Coaster. This is so funny. I take so long. Dream. Most likely. I sound like a librarian. Least likely. There we go. All right. No, guys, I haven't organized these yet. You guys are organizing them. Okay? Okay, let me go over to the comment section quickly so I can watch you guys on the live stream. You guys really think most likely in Frontier Canada for 2025? You think most likely? I don't know. I don't know if this would bring the type of event that's coming in 2025. I don't know if a wing coaster would do that. You need a pair of glasses, Brendan? I know I do. I actually have contacts in, though. What is your dream coaster? My dream coaster is an Intamin launch. That's my dream coaster. But I actually think I think it now belongs in most likely. Yeah, I think a wing coaster in World Expo would be more likely. Wing coasters are boring, in my opinion. Okay, so we have 54 votes. I'm going to close it soon, so get those votes in. Is a wing coaster a dream, a most likely, or a least likely? Wonderland does love their B&Ms. Okay, so the wing coaster is a most likely. Okay, let's do Great Coaster International. Most likely. Dream. Least likely. Ask your community. Don't forget to like. They can barely maintain Mindbuster and Wild Beast. Jaden, that's what Surya and I joke about all the time. That's what we literally joke about, that exact same thing. Should I do an intermission and call Surya? Let's call Surya. Let's get his opinion. He's not... I swear, if he doesn't answer me...
Brendan's calling. 1 second, turn the music down. Hey, Brendan.
A copyrighted music!
I'm sorry, not copyright anymore.
How are you?
Oh, we're trudging. We're making it. Where are we? We're doing it. We're in farm fields. We're in the middle of. We're on the highway. We're on the highway, just like 50 kilometers outside of London.
Ah, I'm on the live stream if you can't tell.
You're on the hi everybody. So espresso.
Did they all reach out to you?
They did. Thank you. Does the live want to know the excitement that happened with my car?
Yeah, do you want to explain to them what happened?
The turbocharger exploded.
What does that mean?
Driving, everything was okay, and then Matt noticed a funny smell and it started sputtering, and all of a sudden a bunch of smoke started bellowing out of the tailpipe and the engine, and then the turbo blew.
Oh my god, how fast were you driving?
No, not that fast. And we were in the middle of Kentucky. Oh, where nobody really spoke English. I don't know what they spoke. They spoke Southern. We couldn't understand anything. What are diesel? Diesel? I don't know how to work diesel. Diesel, Andrew. I should have told you that at first. We didn't understand anything.
The Southern accent. Oh my goodness.
And then we rented a U-Haul.
Okay.
That we're currently in, a 15-foot-long U-Haul with a tow trailer, and we stuck my broken-down car on the back of the U-Haul. This U-Haul for 8 hours? 7 hours we've been stuck in this U-Haul, and I'm currently abiding by the speed limit because this thing cannot go any faster than the speed limit.
Oh my god.
Manging all the gas. It's definitely manging gas.
Is it? Oh my god.
So
how did crossing the border go?
border guard was really nice, actually.
I think Windsor's always better than Niagara.
She did it once around the vehicle, is like put it in park because she wanted to confirm that the car was mine. And after she did, she actually started chatting with us for like 2 minutes about her own experience with a broken down car.
That's awesome.
So, what's going on the podcast?
Oh,
Hi,
right.
everybody.
Hi. Right now we're ranking most likely versus our dream versus least likely for new coasters coming in 2025.
GCI! GC! No, I'm joking.
Oh, well, that's actually being voted on right now, and it's listed under least likely.
That's very unfortunate, but yeah, we were talking a bit about that on the trip, and I think it would be cool, like what Matt was saying, if Gravity Group not did a retracking, but like did a reprofiling.
A Mindbuster specifically.
On Mindbuster.
Really?
Yeah, I
I think I could do a cool thing. I think they could.
because they are actually altering Grizzly at King's Dominion a lot more than people thought.
Yeah, they made it like steeper and slightly taller.
Yeah, and 10 degrees steeper, and they put like 3 or 4 bank curves, like 20 degrees more than what they normally were.
Like they're doing some major reprofiling. Well, not major reprofiling, I don't want to say that. They're doing some great decent reprofiling.
But come on, Intamin multi-launch.
Yes, yeah, intimate. I think that's what everyone's gonna vote for.
I think
It's going to be a blitz or a swing.
Oh yeah, blitz or a swing launch.
I think whatever the one at Orlando Universal is.
Oh, okay, blitz. Modern day blitz. A ballroom blitz. What about mock?
The extreme spinner is definitely like a huge possibility. I think that's the most likely.
And you got to include the B&M.
Yeah, they all voted most likely to the wing coaster already.
Surf.
Surf coaster?
I feel like I don't know if that would have been done in time.
I hope they don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jake's little thing. I gotta show you guys. Look at this. Oh, I just want to go. Jake just posted a meme.
Where send it to me?
I can't send it to you right now because it's on the thing, but it's all our amazing predictions. It's a bus crossing a train track, and then it's like the train says surf coaster. It's destroying the bus. Oh.
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh.
are you? How far away from home are you? Are you coming on the pod? I'm kidding.
What are we? We're
I want to say 2 hours.
2 hours, so
And then we still have to drop off the...
yeah, so we gotta go to my house, drop off my car, and then we have to drop off the U-Haul, and then back to my house.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a mission.
So by the time you get home, it's gonna be like 12 a.m.
By the time we're done, I don't think 12, because the U-Haul is only like 10 minutes from my house.
I'd say 11. It's only
Probably around 11. We can, like I'm going as fast as this thing will allow me to go, but first of all, the trailer that my car is on says don't go over 88 kilometers an hour.
And you had to go on highways?
Well, we're on a highway and we're going over 88 kilometers an hour and nothing's happened yet.
I'm done being a peasant this year.
Nothing is fine.
7 hours and yep, we can make it 2 more hours.
Fastlane pass holders, everyone else. I'm saving that one.
Oh my goodness. The lights on this U-Haul suck.
Oh yeah, they're like micro. If you see micro lights, it's worse than this.
All right. Well, I'll let you two peasants get back to your peasant driving.
Yeah, major peasant driving.
This was an expensive ride, okay?
Yeah, this was $700, so we're gonna enjoy our drive.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Okay. What did I miss in here, guys? How's the flying coaster doing? Can you guys still hear me? Least likely. All right. Least likely. Okay. Let's do and pull. Let's do let's uncrowd. Everyone's gonna love this one. All right, the mock extreme spinner, Wonderland Intamin Blitz. Oh my goodness. Oh, that that might be the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my goodness. Literally me. Me if they got an Intamin launch. Okay, how is this doing? Most likely. Oh, right. Okay, this is the extreme spinner. For some reason, I thought it was like the invert of their family launch. They should really take apart, and we're going to get another family. Okay. So the mock extreme spinner is most likely. Okay, let's get a wing. Let's do Strata coaster. Most likely a dream or least likely. Let's ask the community. Right to happiness, give it to us. We need an elite ride over here. We do. Please let it be an Intamin Blitz. Okay. What is it? Strata coaster. Dream. Yeah. How many votes is it? 58? Come on, guys. Get those votes in. It's so close. Oh, my God. No, not the least likely taking it away from the dream. Guys, some of these got to be in the dream. A Strata coaster isn't any of your dream. Oh, my goodness. Apparently, none of y'all have dreams. Is this what COVID did to y'all? Damn. Okay. 66 votes. I'm going to end it. Okay. Where is the Strata? Dream. Did we do Intamin yet? Should we do Intamin? Intamin launch. Jake, these are good. That's 100%. That's what people say. They literally look the same to most people. There we go, guys. Give us King Daka. I know, right? Most likely. This one's a tough one, guys. To me, like the Intamin launch, But again, Cedar Fair was checking out that coaster for a reason. With that space. All right. Which one was that? 58 votes. There's no breaking that. Most likely, Intamin launch. Okay. Oh, this one. This one's gonna get you all in a... running by them with their lashes on. I don't know where y'all gonna vote with this one. This one, I feel like a lot of you aren't voting like the way the game was designed. So like literally your dream versus most likely. But like, let's see how you guys, this one's gonna be interesting. How are you guys gonna vote here? Intamin is still Intamin. I don't think Wonderland is going to build one, even though I want one so bad. I'm not quite sure. Wonderland doesn't seem to be that invested in lighting systems. Like, none of our coasters have amazing lighting packages. Wild Beast did not get a significant retracking. An important retracking. It did not get one. Okay, that's like a... Okay, you guys voted the... Okay, you voted appropriately. I was afraid you guys were going to vote most likely because you want one. Did we do invert? Guys, did we do invert? We didn't do invert, okay. There we go. Invert. Okay, while you guys are voting, I'm just going to quickly respond to a few things. What's it looking like right now? Will Tundra Twister be ready by the time I go to Canada's Wonderland in June? Yes, it'll 100% be ready for then, as long as there's no kinks. They should really amp up the lighting, really adds to the vibes. I agree. Will Tundra Twister get a lighting package? I don't think so. I don't see any signs of a lighting package. In the animation, it showed these weird, like, light-colored green things in between the gondolas. That looked like an LED type thing to me. So it might have that, like a green LED. Okay, where's the invert stand? Least likely. Okay. So then we're just down to one last one. This is the one I'm afraid of, guys. This is the one I'm afraid of. So I'm really curious to see what you guys think. Let's see where you guys vote. B&M Canada's Wonderland. Oh my goodness. All right. Y'all aren't thinking of the kids or families? Okay. Least likely. Okay. What park is this for? This is for Canada's Wonderland. Family. Least likely. Okay. So this is what our list looks like. This is what it looks like. This is pretty accurate to what I think. Do you guys want me to show you what I would honestly put all these? And I'll have like the red lines represent like in between them, if that makes sense to you guys. Of course we do. Okay. So, this is what I think. I think. Okay. Let's change. So with me doing this list, dream is now likely. Okay, so most likely, and kind of likely, and least likely. Does that make sense? And I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys that. Okay. I'll even show you in order, maybe. Actually, I'll make this like super like. So like. It is literally. In order. Now this is where it gets hard. Okay. Okay. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? Oh, okay. Is Snoopy a family launch coaster? It is, but Wonderland isn't treating it like one. Give us Arctic Rescue. But that's for capacity, so it does not overcrowded. GCI, really? Have you heard rumblings at all for that? No, and Wonderland is not very good at maintaining its wood coasters. I'm so sorry if there's any of the carpenters in here right now. But Wonderland's not good at maintaining their wood coasters at all. So I don't even think I want a GCI at Wonderland, even though I love GCI, because it would just go to crap. Like, it would literally go to crap. Will you guys be doing ride challenges this year? Yes, we will. I saw someone hitting a blinker on Wonderland. I met Von Teen. I take offense to that statement. No, Von teenagers are terrible. It doesn't mean all Von teenagers. It's just a statement. But that's for capacity. All right. I guess we'll enter the question period. What are we at? An hour. Okay. An hour of content. It's pretty good. So 1,296 an hour is a spinner's capacity. Questions. Where is Surya today? Covered that already. He's on his way back from his trip. That low. That's low. Levi is 1,600. Yeah. I mean, Levi wishes it was 1,600. They see 16 people per train. Sorry, that was shade. We didn't. Can a person add 2 Fastlane season passes to one account? No, they cannot. Do you think Tundra will be ready for the 30th? Can I make that prediction on Wednesday? Honestly, like, can I make that prediction this Wednesday, guys? That's still early, but I need to see how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday go. I need to see how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday go. I am super excited for Tundra. Apologize. Excuse me. That's every time I go. No, I mean, Leviathan had really bad operations last season. Like, out of all the rides, they were doing the worst. Like, that's not even me, like, but they were. Wednesday and Sunday in the summer. What days are you going to Wonderland? They always stack Leviathan unless Jordan is in the op booth. That's my observations of Leviathan. Honestly, Behemoth was killing it operations, and then Yukon came in and they were killing it. Oh my god. I thought a spider was climbing on my leg there for a second, guys. Come on. Yeah. For me, it's so fast. No, Leviathan was the worst out of the 3, operations-wise. Yeah, Tristan, that's true. But Yukon, I can't tell if 2019 was better than last season. It probably was, to be honest. What theming elements do you see happening for a spinning or Intamin launch coaster? I think that you'll see a logging camp, in my opinion. It'll be a logging camp if it's a mock extreme spinner, 100%. If it's an Intamin, maybe a logging camp. I don't know how they would make that work. Like, are the trains gonna be logs? That'd be so ugly. They could go down like a wolf theme. But yeah, probably something like that. Will Wonderland get the world's tallest, fastest, longest wooden coaster? Truthfully, I hope not, because they don't know how to maintain wood rides. Brennan, I remember I showed my family when you were in Wonderland for Winterfest. I said the YouTuber amusing because I saw you at Wonderland during Winterfest was sorry, yeah. I went to the beach today and there were spiders everywhere. I would literally cry. Is Lazy Bear good? Lazy Bear is really good. I didn't get to try it last season. I don't see hardly 8 in the park. Lazy Bear is really, really good, guys. Like, it actually is. If they did a soundtrack like Rides of Happiness, that'd be so cool. Wonderland needs themed music, guys. I'm going to fight them on this. Tomorrow we'll see the weather for April 30th. Yes. Guys, I will have all the information you need about 2023 this weekend coming. Not the weekend we're in right now. Next weekend, I'll have all the information you need. We're doing a really cool video with Wonderland. The paper cup provider again is Wonderland. Thank you for the $1, Jacob. Ken is one in desperate need of an indoor coaster. Yes, they are. They are actually in desperate need of an indoor coaster. Sorry, texting someone. Agree there. They need it. I'd love the themed music, right? Beast is gonna, no, yeah, they won't. And I remember an argument happened between two boys and two ladies, and they asked me to cut the whole thing. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Brennan, my birthday is on Wednesday. Happy early birthday, Melissa. Do you see him getting 20 coasters in the near future? Yes and no. I mean, they are due for ride removals, but also Wonderland isn't removing rides. So it's kind of like, so I mean, maybe we'll hit 20 before they start removing some coasters. Who knows? Do you see Wonderland replacing Flight Deck with an Intamin Blitz? No, an Intamin Blitz can fit anywhere. They don't really need to remove much. I mean, they can fit in the go-kart track. What is the first ride you're going to when you get to the park? Tundra Twister if it's open, Leviathan if not. People who bring their phones on coasters are idiots. I'm sorry. Agreed. There is a line jumper report number coming this year from what I heard. I will happily grab a phone out of someone's hand and drop it to combine World Expo and Action Zone. I agree. I seriously... If they're gonna go for time, it's too overcrowded. No, I'm not. It's not me saying it. I was just saying that like you don't really need to remove a coaster to put an Intamin Blitz. It is too crowded in that Medfair area. I don't know why Grace doesn't know about it. There already is a security number you can text. Just need to teach them a lesson once or twice. Any other questions? I might wrap this up early. I'll be in Discord. You guys should join Discord. Okay, Discord is super active lately. It's a really great community. We've been trying to make it better. You do have to be 16 plus to join the voice chat now. So just a little warning there. 16 plus to join VC, our voice chat. And yeah. Did something happen? So many people joined Patreon today, and I don't remember posting about it. So I was just like, why did so many people join Patreon? But I appreciate it. Patreon, honestly, I'm just going to plug, as always, join me on Patreon for as low as $1 a month. I post a lot of tea, and the minute I fly my drone and land, I post photos. Tristan, Brendan, will you be updating us on those first Tundra tests if it's at night or not? Really? Because I remember you saying in a video that we'll be going on at night for the first couple. Yes. So on City News, Peter, the head of construction and planning for Wonderland, said that they'll commission the ride at night, which makes sense because I should have known that because other parks do that as well. And the reasoning behind that is when you're testing a brand new ride, something can go wrong. And they don't necessarily want people to be able to see something going wrong. So they commission it at night so no one can see it. For example, if I'm flying my drone's not going to see something going wrong at night because it can hardly see the ride. So it honestly makes sense that Wonderland's going to commission at night. So yeah, I'll still go film it and we'll be able to see some of it, but it won't be the best footage anymore. But then they'll start testing it during the day, so we'll get better footage. But yeah, the first couple of test runs will happen at night for sure. From what I know, yeah. I mean, they said that on City News, so I can't see that being wrong. Why do kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I mean, who doesn't? Isn't it good? Or am I just crazy? Every time I go to Canada's Wonderland, there is never a line for Dragonfire. That's true. I mean, Cedar Fair loves removing that kind of ride too. So yeah, I mean, its lifespan is shortening. 2024 Cedar Point, 25 Wonderland, 26 Carowinds. Don't rule out 2024 Carowinds, Dad, plus too. There's rumors that Carowinds could be getting a coaster in 2024, and if it's not 2024, I could see 2025 with Wonderland. Cedar Fair doesn't do just one park anymore. They're doubling up. I should teach them a lesson. Brendan, when will Tundra Twister be testing his Wonderland? So Tundra Twister was supposed to be testing this weekend. Obviously, they're not ready. Once the op booth goes in, the electrical looks like they're getting all that ready. So once that op booth is connected and turned on, basically what happens is Mondial will be on site, and Mondial will be like, okay, commission the ride, and then they hand it over to the park. And then the park does their TSSA certification of the ride, and then they start training. Truthfully, they can mix the training and the TSSA certification together if they need to speed things up. So they can just have the team getting those like 50 or 100 or 150 cycles on the flat ride done. So honestly, let's say by next weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, that ride could be running consecutively. So let's hope that's the case. That is a really aggressive prediction on my part. So I could totally be wrong with that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's later than next weekend. But yeah. What's that popcorn bucket? I've never seen that before. Is this like YouTube trying to be TikTok? I've never seen he sent a popcorn bucket. It's like TikTok. My fave Amusement Insiders quote is from the Haunt video. They're fogging up flight deck to hide it. Accurate. Dueling dragons in place of flight deck. I wish. Thanks for sharing next steps. Very interesting. Yeah. I'm flying every day. I went to fly today, and then I almost ran out of time building this podcast. That's why it's a little more sloppy than usual, because I literally only had an hour to build it. I've had a really stressful week. Not stressful because I enjoyed it, but I worked a lot of hours because it was Easter. And the company I work for is a very Easter-focused company. And then I flew the drone every day, and I would stay like sometimes 2 to 4 hours just to catch things happening. So a lot of my day has been not at home. And this week's going to be the same. And then we're at Wonderland this weekend coming, filming some really cool content for you guys. So yeah, they would never RMC Ghoster Coaster. No. My next coaster trip is Kings Island. I'm dragging all my friends on Tundra first. Yes. Good idea. I'm just hoping it won't be an unreliable mess like Sledgehammer. Yes. 100 Tundra Twister on opening day with Brendan or Levi. Surya knows that he can't ditch me. I will hold him to it. He promised me Tundra Twister first if it's open. What about the fire that happened in Vaughan? It was just a construction site. No one was hurt. They were just construction homes. Obviously, that still sucks, but no one was hurt. That's all that matters. Just add Rocky Mountain, but they have a lot of... What's with the Vaughn Fantasy? I know, right? Make sure you like the podcast if you like the tea. Thanks, Jasm. Brendan, I loved your reaction on Pantheon. I really hope Intamin blesses us with a launch. Also, that woman at the Alpengeist in that video, laugh aloud. I know. That woman was hilarious. Cruel, but hilarious. Thanks for the great stream. Thanks, Jake. And yeah, my reaction on Pantheon has made me want an Intamin launch coaster at Wonderland desperately. We need an intense ride. Raptor is one of the best coasters in the world. I mean, I prefer Alpengeist. Removal of Mountain's Guardian potentially at some point. Not really anytime soon, especially since they plan on installing the bin system at Yukon at Guardian at some point. Have you been on Gwazi before? I haven't, but one of my close friends has. He actually goes like every other weekend to go ride it from here. He literally flies down there from here just to go ride it. Again, join Patreon. For those of you that do like to talk about Wonderland, you don't even need to be a big fan of me. I know not everyone's a big fan of me in this coaster community. As long as you're not trash talking me in my own server, you're welcome to join the server. It's a community. Voice chat, you just have to be 16 plus, obviously just for your protection and ours. So join us in Patreon. There's a large group of enthusiasts in there. So yeah, feel free to join us there. There's a lot of different forums in there, like Canada's Wonderland speculation, other park discussions. How do you afford to fly? He's good on TikTok. He's good on TikTok. It's not Syria, by the way. It's Cole. I do like Apollo's Chariot more than I like Behemoth, Tristan. I do. I'll be 15 when I go on Leviathan. The server is actually super accepting. Yes. We try to be. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. Wonderland had a lot of Gwazi is king. You've been on it? I thought Mako was kind of overrated when I wrote it. I heard the opposite. Surya loved it. Wait, did Surya go? No, Surya hasn't been on it recently. How old do you need to be to apply as a ride-op? For a ride-op, you need to be 18 plus. To be a ride attendant, you need to be 16 and over. Was it just me, or has backlot gotten more intense last season? I know that they launch our backlot slightly faster than the other backlot models at the other parks. I know that. So maybe that's it. I rode X2, which is a 4D coaster in Cali at Six Flags, and that was the craziest coaster ever. That looks like the craziest coaster ever. Like that's one of my dream coasters to go on. So that's actually sick that you got to go on that. Yukon Striker is great. Yes, it is. I'll be riding Alpengeist in the end of May. Carrie, it's such a good ride. I speak, how many times have you been on Leviathan? I don't keep track of my coaster count on rides. Like I know my coaster count's over 100. I don't keep track of that to a T. And I don't know how many times I've been on a coaster. I know Craig and I in 2019 tried to do a charity. Well, we did for cancer, because my dad, we tried to ride Yukon Striker 1,000 times in 2019, and I think we got to like 890 something. We didn't get to 1,000. How much more life do we think I-305 has in it? I don't know. Andrew, if you scroll up a little bit, the Discord link was posted up above. Maybe an admin or a mod in here can post it again. Brendan, after writing, you got Striker. Oh my goodness. Accurate. Egenica. I did not pronounce that right. Don't drag me, guys. I know I didn't pronounce that right. I know what coaster that is, though. It is really high on my bucket list, but I don't got the kind of money. Mood. No need, thanks. Do you think we'll get a race coaster? I don't think so, no. Brandon, I think Wonderland should remove Flight Deck instead of Dragonfire. I didn't say they were removing Dragonfire, guys. Oh, sometimes people take my speculation as fact, and you have to understand, if I know something, you'll know. Like, I'll make it somewhat obvious. Not even RMC can save Wild Beast. You know what was funny? Was X2 never had a line because everyone was too scared of it. That's the same with Alpengeist at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I heard it's the same for I-305 at King's Dominion. It's funny how these intense coasters don't get lines. Maybe that's why Wonderland's avoiding a super intense coaster. Maybe I should go back to another screen. Well, I'll go back to this screen. I was 940th joiner of the Discord, almost 1K. Oh my goodness, we jumped like 30 people in a day. Lots of people join, yeah. Honestly, it's a great server. Again, you do not have to be a fan of me to be in the server. This is more a Wonderland community. Obviously, don't hate on me, because then, yeah, we're going to have problems. But you can be in the server, and as long as, you know, you're not hating on me or you're not hating on anyone, you're more than welcome to join. Just when you join VC, you have to be 16 plus, and you have to have a working mic. We do ask your age, what's your home park, and we just make sure that you're a real person, blah, blah, blah. We have a lot of ride ops from Wonderland in the server as well, hidden under a role. No lines, all for me, right? Are you going to ride Tundra Twister? Obviously, if I fit. I can send my on-ride pic of X2 in Discord if you want. I like the GP, but trust the ride was just almost making me black out. That's what scares me. Syria keeps trying to take me on these coasters that apparently will make me black out. But I think I did okay on Alpengeist. Yeah, Tristan, you can send it in Discord. If Tundra isn't ready yet, what will you ride first? Leviathan. We need some sort of type of lift. Honestly, I would love music going up the lift hill. It's a family multi-launch. Wonderland's getting a coaster in 2025. It's a family multi-launch. Here, guys, let me give the Discord people a little fame here. Let me go ahead, guys. Post your memes. Season pass holders can go on April 30th. Yes, they can. Tundra Twister does look intense, Andrew. It really does. Ijanika. Do you think that Tundra Twister will be more intense than Shockwave? Yes, 100%. I'm not a fan of lift music. I prefer... The E is more like... Ajanika. I'm still not pronouncing it right. I know how it's pronounced. Like, when other people say it, I remember it in my head, but I can't picture it for some reason. What are your thoughts on Thunder Run? I think it's a great ride. I mean, it's not, like, the best ride, but it's super popular at Wonderland. I did say it properly? Okay. Brennan, check meme channels. I can't check meme channels. Right. Okay, let me... guys, Zach and Ryan, am I clear to go into the meme channel quickly? Is there anything bad in there if I were to give the meme channel a little light? Aquamarine, that's such a funny... ooh, boy, let me check. You're good. Okay. Brennan and Syria riding Behemoth instead of Leviathan. Going to Canada's Wonderland for the past holder preview. We are back. Oh, copyright. Guys, there's not a thing even in here. Why'd you want me to come in here? There was nothing there. Honestly, the Discord's really cool. Again, join it. I'm trying to think. Did I miss? Would you like to see update or remodel of Wonderlands? I honestly would. I think Wild Beast is inevitably going to get the treatment that King's Dominion did. So hopefully. Sorry, just keeping up with messages. But yeah. I'm on your Discord right now. Awesome. I'm gonna sound like an absolute noob, but where do I send the pic? The general chat? Yeah, you can send the general chat. I'll type in general chat if you want to send me anything personally. You can send it here. You can, like, private message me. I have Ryan's mom as my my profile picture. Patreon live chat. Okay, there we go. Why is that? Why is that a thing? Why did I come back to that? Okay, I'll send it to the general chat. Okay. Why did I come back to my face on a fish? The disrespect. The disrespect. I'm red. Do you think we'll see something like Railblazer come to Wonderland? No, not anytime soon. How do you get the Patreon Discord chat? So you have to be Patreon, and then on Patreon, it'll give you, there's somewhere on Patreon, you'll see a Discord, and then it'll send you over to Discord with the thing, and you have access to Patreon live chat. If that doesn't work, Karush, because I think, I know that, are you on Patreon? I can't remember. Why did you become a fish? You know, I was kind of bored of being a human, and I kind of have fish-like qualities on my face, unfortunately. I really do. If you actually look closely, I kind of do. So I thought, why not? GoPro. Ryan, you are not allowed to chat in that chat. I just sent it to the general chat, Brennan. All right, I'll have a look after. Oh my goodness. Leviathan Tundra, yeah. Okay, not the GoPro. That pic says it all, Brennan, on the Intimate. I know. It does. It's so good. I will never say that I am the most beautiful human being in existence. I'm very far from it, so don't worry. I'm content with being who I am. The GoPro, that's a hate crime. I know, right? Yeah. Yes, Wonderland. Yes. Anyone have any other like really good questions before I wrap this up? Sound like someone just screamed in my backyard. The perfect angle. Surya will be back next weekend on the podcast. Don't worry, guys. We might have to do 9 p.m. next Saturday for the podcast. I'll keep you guys posted. But it might change to 9 p.m. And then it might change to 10 p.m. when Wonderland starts opening up till 10 p.m. So we'll keep you guys posted. But next week is definitely 9 p.m. because I think we're at Wonderland until 8 p.m. next Saturday. But yeah, it'll be 9 p.m. next week. It's still gonna happen. Don't worry. Why are you guys saying no? It's Saturday. I know you ain't. I know all of us enthusiasts here. I don't mean to sound offensive, but to be a coaster enthusiast, okay, most of us. I know there are some that are popular and go to parties and stuff. Most of us have no lives. Okay, I think we can all accept that. None of us have boyfriends or girlfriends. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And now I'm gonna be the most hated person ever. But yeah, I know you all, none of you have anything to do at 9 p.m. on a Saturday. So you will be there. You will be on the podcast. Thunder Run will not get a retheme in 2025. I guess it's a hybrid with inversions. Maybe. The Wonderland Bachelors. Maybe we'll start that. When I run out of content, we'll start that. Surya will be Bachelor number 1. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to head into VC, voice chat, in my Discord server, so feel free to join. All I ask is sometimes when you join new things, you don't necessarily know the the flow of things, and we do try to keep voice chat and the Discord server appropriate, and also try not to talk over anyone, talk about things that other people can relate to. If you need any help learning how to fit into a Discord voice chat, feel free to DM me on Discord. We are a little strict with how the voice chat works, just because it can get really chaotic if everyone's talking over each other. But yeah, you don't have to join voice chat. You can just join the Discord to chat in the channels and get to know more people. I do not recommend ever meeting anyone that you meet online, so that's my only advice. Just because you think you can trust someone doesn't mean you can actually trust them, so be really careful. We can't vet everyone in that server, so if someone private messages you or asks to meet you, do not. That's my advice to you. And let a parent know. But yeah, thanks for joining me on the podcast today. I'm sorry, guys, that it was a little sloppy. Again, I had a very little time today, but I appreciate your time in watching the podcast today. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye. How did I forget to end